Hawks made quite a few moves in this offseason, and definitely an interesting team to watch. Super young group, now added some veteran leadership, a lot of talent. Let's see what they do going forward, how they look, and we're going to get into all of that in today's video. Their outlook for this next season, their future, where I think they'll place, all that kind of stuff. We're going to look at their transactions and their projected lineups. And my opinion is not always right. I'd really appreciate it if you left yours below. I'm replying to every single comment as always. And I dropped a Hornets and Clippers outlook video if you want to check those out. Make sure you're leaving the subscribe and the like button because I would really appreciate that and you get more content like this. So we're going to hop straight into the video. Say no power rate ad. First, we're going to go through their transactions. They brought in Gallinari on a 3-year, $61 million deal. Pretty decent-sized offer for Gallo. Definitely deserved for him. They get some scoring, they get some rebounding, and some veteran leadership from Oklahoma City. And it was fine for Oklahoma City to lose that. And then Bogdan came in on a 4-year, $78 million deal. I believe that's what the deal was. The Kings decided not to match it after their original sign-in trade with Milwaukee didn't go through. So definitely a tough loss for the Kings and a great pickup for Atlanta. And they didn't lose anyone significant, so definitely a very good offseason for them. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go through their projected lineup, but this lineup is probably not going to be correct because they have no real word on what they're going to do. They have an abundance of guards. Actually, I forgot to mention they brought in Rondo and Chris Dunn. So they brought in a ton of guards. They've drafted guards previously. They drafted Cam Reddish, obviously. Kevin Huerter is a great young guard. DeAndre Hunter is a good 3 for them. So it's definitely going to be weird on what to do. They have, I think, like 18 players on the roster right now, so they're going to want to figure that out. Oh, sorry about the hoodie, guys. A little bit off. Sorry if that annoyed you guys. They have an abundance of players, but they do have a lot of talent, and they're very deep. So definitely an interesting team. So here's just my projected lineup. Could totally be wrong. Leave what you think will happen below. But Trae Young at the 1. Bogdanovich at the 2, obviously their new addition. Gallinari, another addition at the 3. John Collins at the 4. Clint Capella at the 5. I've heard some people talking about like Collins at the 5, Gallo at the 4, DeAndre Hunter at the 3. People also might start Huerter over Bogdanovich. I don't know. There's a lot of weird variations that you could definitely have. But that's just what I think. Trae, Bogdanovich, Gallinari, John Collins, and Clint Capella. Off the bench, Rajon Rondo, Chris Dunn, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, and Damian Jones. Also, Cam Reddish, Bruno Fernando, and Scala Bissiere, who've all shown great potential, just haven't really got their place in the rotation. I have them on the outlook of the rotation, so it's definitely a weird rotation for the Atlanta Hawks. And leave what you think will happen below. But this team is super talented. They can really score the ball with guys like Trae, but their entire starting 5, other than Capella, can really put up 15 plus. Honestly, yeah, they're all 15 plus guys, and even off their bench. Rondo's an amazing playmaker that I needed them to bring in this summer. Or now it's winter. I said that they need a playmaker more than anything because when Trae Young's not on the floor, that offense is so stagnant, and they've never really been a defensive team. And they brought in one of the best playmakers in the game at a decent price. They got Rajon Rondo, so that's amazing. They could even run a lineup sometimes mid-game where Trae's at the 2, Rondo's at the 1. They have a lot of creation on the floor, but Rondo being your bench point guard is never an L. They got Chris Dunn to bring in some defense, just a defensive specialist, which is awesome. And then they get Bogdanovich, which I think was more of just like a cherry on top to this amazing offseason that they've had. Like I said, this does kick Cam Reddish out of the rotation, so that's definitely weird. And then Kevin Huerter has been an amazing shooter for them. He's super young, obviously. But now this leaves him in kind of a weird spot because I never really saw him as a 3 with his lack of defense. So this is weird. Also, DeAndre Hunter had an amazing rookie year, and now he looks to be on the bench. So it is definitely an interesting lineup, and I wouldn't be surprised if they made trades here with like a Capella deal attached with Cam Reddish and a first-round pick. Maybe they make a huge splash at the center position. Maybe that's a Joel Embiid type trade package where they need to fluctuate just a little bit, but maybe they go for a big splash. Maybe they go for a guy like Cat who would really fit in with Trae Young. Obviously, this defense won't be so strong. I mean, Capella's a solid defender, but Trae, Bogdan, Gallo, and John Collins are all kind of weaker defenders. John Collins can block shots for you for sure, but this team will be able to shoot, and this team will be able to rebound with the best of them. Obviously, Capella's not a shooter, but the rest of these guys can really stretch the floor it should be a super fun team to watch. They're definitely going to be fast, and they're going to have a solid bench too. And I expect them to be really, really good with Lloyd Pierce as their coach. Sorry, and I expect this team to make the playoffs. I genuinely think that if they can bring it together in terms of chemistry and there's no issues in the locker room or anything like that, or they fit on the floor the way they fit on paper, I think this would be a 5 seed. And possibly a 4 seed with what happens. Obviously, Milwaukee, the way they're looking, is going to be a really, really good team. Boston, Philly, depending on what they do. Indiana is going to be a playoff team. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing a ton of time. Miami, obviously. There is a ton of really good teams in the East now. Like, the top of the East got a little bit worse, but I feel like the bottom of the East really got brought up. Charlotte now is in contention. I'm not saying they're going to make it. Actually, go check out my Charlotte video if you want to know what I think about them. But this is definitely an interesting East, and the Hawks have added so much value to the East now. I am super excited to see what they do. Like I said, I think they're a 5 seed. I don't think they get past the first round, but I think this is a team that if you're the Atlanta Hawks, you build with them. You have bird rights and restricted rights on all of these guys. Bogdan and Gallo are locked in. Capella's on a 2-year deal. So I think that this is the perfect fit. This Atlanta organization rebuilt perfectly, and I am so excited to watch this Atlanta Hawks team. I really want to catch the Atlanta games, the Charlotte games. I think this will be so much fun. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a like and hit the subscribe button for more content. Let me know which team you want to do next. I plan on doing the Lakers next, and I have a college basketball video planned, but I'm definitely open to suggestions, as I don't get a ton of comments, and I'd love to please whatever you care about mentioning down below. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.